What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 305 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr., and with me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, first off, happy 4th of July. Great, he's eating. Probably.
You too, Bob. I thought you were going to say more than that. And yes,
No,
I am eating during our intro.
Real professional.
Well, happy 5th to you. I had a great time blowing off fireworks in my backyard last night. Not a couple days from now. Last night.
4 days.
Nope. And it feels like we recorded just yesterday for last week. We recorded last week. It has not been a month.
No.
Ish.
Absolutely not. You're not a married man now.
No.
That has
well, I guess technically it did happen by now. So it's been a wild ride.
No, well, I know that, but the last time we recorded, you were not a married man.
Actually, when the episode dropped, I was, but it's a whole thing.
But what? God damn it! When we fucking
it's a whole thing.
The whole thing. You know what is a whole thing as well? Is Victory Road is coming up. We got 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away from Victory Road. And the previous 2 episodes, there's been a lot going on. You see, we have a thing called a match of champions taking place at Victory Road, and it has been a primary focus here on our television show. The first week, which was the episode after Slammiversary, which is when this was all announced, I believe. Jay Lethal, who was the X Division champion, well, that lasted remarkably short. Because in a 3-way against Samoa Joe and Chris Sabin, guess what, guys? Samoa Joe, he's X Division champion, which means he's in the match of champions, which he would then be teaming with the TNA World Champion, Kurt Angle. But wait a minute, Kurt had to defend his title, and that happened last week. And that whole episode, the whole 40 minutes of it, 42 minutes, or whatever it was the entire time just the TNA World title match, where Kurt Angle successfully defended against Christian Cage and Rhino. So guess what, guys? That means that there's one more set of champions that have to defend their titles. Team 3D, Tag Team Champions. Tonight, they are defending their Tag Team Championships. And we do know who the teams are challenging them. Because, yeah, sure, it's been about 3 weeks since we've recorded, but we remember everything. We've never forgot anything, ever. There hasn't been instances where we watched something an hour and a half ago and we forgot what was going to happen. That same recording sequence. That's never happened on this show, ever.
Never. Nope.
And TNA has never forgotten any sort of continuity. They always remember what they've done in the past could potentially bite them in the butt in the future. And we may or may not experience that here tonight because the TNA World Tag Team Champions, Team 3D, are defending in a 3-way against both teams are former NWA Tag Team Champions, LAX, Hernandez, and Homicide, which is not that's fine. No big deal. They have a feud. It's fine. We're good. The second team in this equation, or the third team, the second challengers, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Now you're thinking, whoa, hold up. They said they would never team again. It was over. A mere, 6, maybe 7 months ago? The end of 2006?
Well, yeah.
Maybe January? They were like, yeah, hey, we're done. We're not going to do this. I believe technically Daniels kind of turned heel first, and then AJ turned heel. And now here we are. Apparently they're teaming again.
Well, now that they're heels, they can be like, well, sorry guys, but
Screw
we
the
lied.
rules. Yeah, we lied. Exactly. Guess that's right. Now, personally, I liked the AJ and Daniels team. I thought maybe we should continue that a little longer. They thought differently, branched them off into singles runs. And now here we, I guess they ran out of things for them in a singles capacity, and we're back doing a tag. So that is the main focus here tonight. Or that's the big draw. Is a three-way for the TNA Tag Team titles. Team 3D, LAX, Daniels, and Styles. All former Tag Team champions. So, Dallas, do you think Team 3D is going to lose? Do you think we're going to get new Tag Team champions for Victory Road?
I would say no. I don't think they're going to lose. But then I was just thinking, Kurt, Samoa Joe, Styles, and Daniels is a banger match.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm almost thinking
Damn.
that either team other than Team 3D would be of much more interest for Victory Road.
Damn. I like that so much. So much that means it's probably not going
to happen.
Which is so lame.
I feel like even if LAX won, and they're like, it's going to be LAX against Joe and Angle, I feel like I'd be like, oh, wow, that's like kind of new.
Well, because we know that they're better workers too, so.
Right, you're probably going to get a better match. I am just at this point, I am so over Team 3D, Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I'm watching WWE 2003 at the same time.
Wow.
That sucks. So then I'm also now watching them in 2007 in 2025. So I've had my fair share of Team 3D Dudley Boys.
That's fair.
That a guy can handle. And in both situations, I still have years to deal with this.
Yeah, you're screwed, to be honest.
This is going to be tough.
Well, time will tell. And by time, it's like probably within the next 25 minutes we will find out what's going to happen there. Bob, we aren't too heavy on pre-show notes. You already kind of said there was one match on the last episode, the June 28th, 2007 episode, and that was when Kurt Angle defeated Christian Cage and Rhino in 42 minutes and 43 seconds.
Wow, so that was pretty, 42 minutes. Yeah.
Crazy. Normally, I've been kind of skipping Dave's write-ups from the shows before, but I think he kind of, the way he talks about this is kind of fun, so I figured I'd mention it. Okay. He said this was a show that featured one match, which was Kurt Angle versus Christian Cage versus Rhino, TNA title match. He says the match went 42-38. Either way, it's close enough. Of TV time now, actually live in the building, he says it was between 35 and 40 minutes. So with the commercials and stuff, they kind of made it seem a little bit longer. Everyone who was there remarked it as one of the hottest crowd of a match in TNA history. However, it was not mic'd well. The thing that amazed Dave, he says, is that usually in a match that long, you start out slow and build. In this one, they started out fast, the crowd was animated, and it wasn't paced like a long match. And by looking at the crowd and hearing the chants, they stayed with it the entire time.
I think we noted that too.
They were hyped.
Yeah, they did not die off.
Mm-hmm. He says if there were any bad-looking spots, they sure didn't make TV. And still, Dave says, I couldn't go more than 4 stars because they did so much outside interference that it felt like a lengthy car crash as opposed to a match that built and peaked. Although the crowd was hot for the near falls and everything they did, and all 3 guys were great, in the end, they did too much and too many angles that they didn't stand out and leave anything feeling impactful like a match of the year should. It's almost like even doing the one match show, they had to get everyone on camera and they did shoot angles and blah, blah, blah. So they kind of teased with some interferences with Tomko, Styles, Sting was there, Abyss, Harris going after Christian Cage.
Storm, I think, was there too.
Yeah, Storm because of Rhino's feud. So, Rhino, yeah. But I know Dave didn't say he liked it. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The way that he's, as somebody that also reviews wrestling, and I mean you do as well technically on the show, but in the written sense of it, he's making it sound like he's some kind of expert on how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
Nobody's an expert. If anybody in wrestling, if Jeff Jarrett or Dutch Mantel, whatever, like, oh, I'm an expert at professional wrestling. No, you're not. It is just your opinion on what you think is going to work. If you approach it as a fan, simply enjoying the product, it was a good show. It was a good match. It was an enjoyable match.
Right.
And I don't hate the approach of you have a 42-minute match, and towards the end of it, or whatever point, you're still focusing to some extent the exterior feuds in which the guys that are going to lose the match are involved in. So you're advancing them to future matches that are going to mean something. I don't see how that's bad. I don't see how that was.
I liked it.
Yeah, I don't see a
So
problem with that.
maybe that's my opinion, but I thought it
The
was great.
outside interference part might have bugged me if it was like a pay-per-view match, maybe. I don't know. But
I think it was good because they literally did it in a way to build toward pay-per-view matches.
right.
I think
Right.
that was what was unique about it, and that what I really liked.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to be too much of a borderline like know-it-all or something.
Right.
It works.
And in this particular newsletter, I don't see ratings. However, I'm going to skip to the next week one just for the sake of talking about ratings quick. June 28th, TNA Impact did a 1.16 rating. The quarters were 1.02, 1.08, 1.25, and 1.27, which is great growth.
Nobody left. Everybody went. More people watched the match.
Yeah.
It was an entire show.
And the actual number of viewers that they had for that was reported as 1.339 million.
Okay.
So, I mean, it seems like we did pretty good.
Yeah. So if you break it down by the quarter ratings, nobody like you had growth of the show. People tuned into the show for the match and stayed.
Yeah.
Outside interference ruined it. It fucking increased at the end.
I think he's wrong on this one. He's wrong on this one.
Yeah, there's no way. It would be different if it was like, yeah, it went from a 1 point whatever. I mean, at the end, like, and then it went to a 0.7. Okay,
right,
people tuned out because it was too chaotic.
Action-packed, a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
That's
crazy.
There's also a note kind of related to it. So it's noted that Dixie Carter was very strong, saying they needed to draw a big rating for, I mean, this is listed as the taping date, so the June 26th TV show, because of negotiations with Fox. Again, Dave notes that we don't know what what station or what type of deal they are looking at. I can't believe Fox Network would want TNA Wrestling because UFC would jump in a heartbeat to become network programming, and they are so much hotter and draw a higher demographic and more popular with the age group Fox is after. He also says, I don't know that FX is a step up or more of a lateral step. Obviously, a move to FSN from Spike would be a huge step down. So this is kind of those rumors that we're hearing of. They're maybe talking to other networks. We're kind of dabbling around, seeing what's going to happen. We want more time on air. We'll see what happens. Spoiler, I don't think we leave Spike for a while. So...
yeah, and it's really not by choice. I think that I'm gonna look it up real quick here. Now, Spike TV, I know is like a. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. So this is what I want. Spike TV has always been, or at least around this time, has been like the network for men. I think that's still the approach.
Oh yeah.
So now, sure. FXX. Or FX, excuse me, not F. I guess now it's FXX, but FX at the time. The approach there was not for men. It was we're gonna have actually pretty good shows on the network, and one of them, I had to look it up. Is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which started in 2005. So in 2007, at this point, I think they have really started to grow. Yeah, so in September of this year, they would have 15 episodes, which is the most they've had in a season. They typically have between, it looks like traditionally around 10, now in later years 8, because they go for more quality probably than quantity. But that was like a staple. I know, like Archer, the animated show later on, Sons of Anarchy, which is substantially later on. I believe that's an FX show.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I guess I have to look this up. I don't want to be fucking lying. I'm pretty sure it was on FX. Shoot. FX. Is my X button not working? Okay, there we go. Jesus. FX channel. Yeah, so I'm gonna look this up really quick. Programming. The Shield. Nip Tuck. Rescue Me. The League.
So many shows.
American Horror Story. These are later on, of course.
Yeah, some of these are a little bit later, but
yeah, but you kind of get the idea.
Right.
FX did have later on UFC, so UFC does go there.
That's interesting.
For a little while, at least. So yeah, they've had some quality shows in their run. So TNA kind of being in that demographic, 18 to whatever it is. Is it 18 to 49?
18 to, is it 35?
35? Yeah, that's right. Sounds about right. Male, that goes with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then maybe other shows around that time that FX would have had. I would say it would be an upgrade from Spike. And I'm going to say that because of the connection to Fox, even though it's a secondary channel.
I see what you mean.
I think it would be more potential for growth than Spike TV, because Spike TV was TNN, which was, I don't know if people are aware of this. I'm pretty sure it was the country music channel prior to TNN. So it was like,
I don't know if I realized that.
I think. I could be wrong. And now it's like not even Spike TV, like in 2025. I think it's like Paramount, right?
It's something, isn't it? Yeah.
Paramount Network.
Yeah, that's weird. Very interesting. Speaking of some potentially negative things here, I have a quote from Eric Bischoff.
The Nashville Network. The Nashville Network. I want to clarify. Nashville Network.
Okay. Still country music.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was pretty heavy on like what you would see. What's that one show? Dukes of Hazzard and shit like that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
We're going to talk about
Dukes of Hazzard in Dallas.
See, he's too excited. He's too excited.
I don't want to give off false information, but I just remember growing up and like Dukes of fucking Hazzard was always on that stupid channel, the Nashville Network, which would become TNN, and I was like, oh my god, I have to watch TNN for Raw.
Oh my gosh. I have an Eric Bischoff quote here in 2007 from the James Gutman's radio show, and he was asked about TNA.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am done with professional wrestling. I will never go to TNA.
I don't know if he says it exactly like that, but
that part of my life is over.
It's not necessarily about him and his career. So at least not in this particular quote.
Hulk Hogan is not going to go to a minor league wrestling company.
No, he didn't say that. No, he does that. He says, quote, "They have not done anything yet, and I don't even know of any of those people except maybe Jeff Jarrett and a handful of talent working there.
Stan?
I don't know." Hold on.
What?
Do you like that? Except maybe Jeff Jarrett. I like that part.
Maybe does Jeff Jarrett still work there? Okay. All right. Thanks, Eric.
He says, "I don't know anyone behind the scenes. I don't know Dixie Carter. If she showed up in my driveway, I wouldn't recognize her. I don't know anyone over there. I don't know who's doing what. I really don't care. So it's nothing personal here. I'd like to see them succeed, but the truth is, from what I've seen of their product, no one there really gets it. They're a small, independent company that's been getting a 1.0 rating for the last 5 years." So he's already wrong there because they haven't been on TV for 5 years, but that's fine.
Dallas. I gotta cut you off. He says he doesn't watch it, and then he says, "From what I've seen, nobody knows what they're doing." What are you talking about? You've never watched it. Which one is it? Have you seen it or have you not seen it?
That's
What are we talking about?
that's insane.
Oh, I've never seen it, but from what I've seen, no one there knows what they're doing. Whoa.
Okay, so then he mentions the 1.0 rating. He says they keep trying to pull rabbits out of their hat with talent. Oh, we're going to bring in Sting. Oh, and that's going to turn the business around. Well, they brought in Sting, who obviously is a great talent. And guess what? Nothing happened. And then we're going to bring in Christian Cage. It's a big surprise. He's hot in WWE, and we got him, and it's going to turn things around. Guess what? Nothing happened. And then we're going to bring in Kurt Angle, and he's the real deal. Things are going to turn around. Guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing's ever going to happen until they get it. End quote. So he's
not wrong in the sense of like they didn't elevate their numbers.
Yeah, but he clearly watches.
But he definitely knows what's going on, and he knows people behind the scenes that are doing this stuff. Like, give me a break. That borderline infuriates me. I've never seen it, but from what I've seen, I don't know what they're doing. Okay. Well, Eric, the argument could be made that you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's Eric Bischoff for you. I got 2 more for you here, Bob, and then we'll have a couple quick hits for during the show, including a very interesting WWE versus TNA match that happens on a house show, which we might have even. I know we didn't talk about it yet because it's after our last show, so you'll hear about that.
Or an indie show.
It's an indie show.
TNA match. TNA versus WWE match in 2007.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about that during the show, so don't think too hard about it.
Does it involve Jerry Lawler?
No, I don't think it's so. I already scrolled up though.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll double check. No, it does not. Okay. Richard Scrushy, who we talked about recently, he was the former CEO of Health South. He actually provided the initial funding to start the promotion. We heard about him a little bit because of all the drama and stuff, because he lied and stuff. Well, he was sentenced to 6 years and 10 months in prison in a bribery and corruption case. He was also fined $150,000 plus ordered to pay $267,000 in restitution to the United Way of Central Alabama to perform 500 hours of community service, as well as serve an additional 3 years on probation. Scrushy and former Alabama Governor Don Siegelman, who was elected, we don't care when he was elected. Well, they were both sent to prison. Scrushy was fired as CEO of Health South, the clinic that also employs Dr. James Andrews, after a $1.7 billion accounting scandal was uncovered. He was acquitted of criminal fraud charges in 2005. And yeah, he was the one who, like I said, initially was going to help fund the promotion at the beginning, and he lied. And now he's in law trouble. So. Just a fun little bit.
You know, it's crazy how, because I don't remember how long they invested for, but that whole thing just shits the bed, and like Dixie Carter just happens to have $1 billion fucking parents.
Yep.
But then the other guy that like lied about the buy rates. Like, oh, dude, you guys got fucking 300,000.
Oh yeah.
Watching it. But by the way, I lied, and it's like 15,000 households actually bought it. And they're like, wait, what? We can't afford that.
Yeah.
What do you
Pretty good
mean?
stuff.
Yeah. That's pretty
I got one more for you. And it's another great one to start us off. Jeff Jarrett talked to Ron Killings. We heard he recently quit the promotion. And he asked him if he was coming back. Killings said that he wasn't, and Jarrett asked why. And he said he didn't like how he's being used, and he was looking for a raise. So Jeff Jarrett told him they will not be giving any raises, and basically said he just wanted to hear it from his mouth.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure that Killings said it himself, that he was not coming back.
God, that sounds like such an ex-girlfriend thing to do.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
I just wanted to hear you say you didn't love me anymore.
Oof.
I got the text, but I just called because I want you to say it to me.
Yeah,
It's
that's brutal.
over.
It's brutal.
Oh my god. Is he trying? It sounds like he's trying to guilt trip him so bad.
Fine, I just wanted... By the way, we weren't going to give you a raise. We just
Yeah.
wanted to hear you say you're quitting.
I wish that he would have said, I would have given you a raise. But since
Yeah.
you walked out, you ain't getting one.
I'm going to give it to BG because he asked for one
BG.
back in 2003, and his dad, we cut him $50, and he wanted to make the same as Kip, so he said, you better ask Kip if he's going to take a cut.
Didn't you talk to the 3 Love Crew guys and how nice his worker? If you want more money, go ask Kip if he'll take a pay cut and if he'll give you some extra money.
If he'll give you his money.
We fired BG James's dad. Then BG was like, can I get a raise? And then we were like, no, go ask Kip. Even though he's not here yet, but we're going to give Kip more money when he shows up in 2 years.
My favorite thing
Go
about
ask
this...
your buddy for more money.
My favorite thing about this is it was almost 5 years ago and he's still here. He just
exactly.
he's like, okay, fine.
All right. I guess I won't.
You got
I
me.
guess I can't get an extra $100, even though my dad was making like $500, and I'm just like, can I get an
No,
extra
I think it was like
200?
$350. It was like nothing.
Yeah, it was really minuscule.
Oh my
And
God.
then BG was like, well, can I get a raise then? It's just like, nah.
Yeah, they're like, no.
No. And then he finds out 2.5 years later that his longtime tag partner has came into the company making a few $100 more than him. And he's like, well, wait a minute. I've been here since almost day one. Can I make the same as Kip? And then they were like, no. Well, they're like, yeah, sure. But go ask Kip if he wants to fork over a couple $100 extra and even it out. And make him lose his pay.
Insane.
Wild.
Absolutely
That's
insane.
crazy. I love this company. This is something that probably would happen in the USWA. Where like Eddie Gilbert would be like, wait, I just wrestled Lawler. He got paid $6,000. I got paid 600. And then Jerry Jarrett was probably like, oh, you want more money? And he's like, yeah. Well, go ask Lawler to give some from his pay. And Eddie was probably like, well, I quit. And I was like, okay.
Okay, sounds good.
What do you want me to do about it? That's fantastic. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Now,
funny
in the WWE, in the WWF, right, when like Shawn Michaels and Diesel and all them, they worked the same match, and like Shawn was making more money, and then Diesel would be like, wait a minute, I did all the work. Shawn didn't even. He super kicked me, and he got paid $20,000, and I got $5,000. Vince McMahon wasn't like, well, go ask Shawn. He was like, JR, give him more money. That's how a business operates, probably, in the wrestling world. Not go ask your buddy to fork over half of his dough.
It's insane.
It's
Absolutely
so
insane.
It's just dumb. And that's just carny behavior.
Well, that's what's fun about it.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
True. Well, that's my pre-show notes for you, Bob. We have a couple other things we'll talk about during the show, but I am just so pumped to see Team 3D lose the titles.
Well, One can hope. Now, I am going to do indie notes, but I just want to note that by the looks of things, from how they've changed with like, hey, if you want these guys to work, you got to kind of give us a cut of it or whatever. I think for a substantial amount of these guys, indie notes are going to be dried up for a little while. I think that for a bit, it's not as robust as it once was. Not to say that these guys don't get indie dates, but it's not going to be like how it once was. And I do think that at some point, maybe a couple years down the line, it shifts to being to what it kind of was before. So I don't want people thinking that I'm cutting out any information, but I hate to say it, by the looks of it, there are no indie notes on this show.
All right, this is good to know, so I don't have to call you on your shit.
Right. And I'm not forgetting. I'm literally looking at it right now. I'm so professional. I'm doing it on air instead of doing my job before. So, yeah, it looks like it's just kind of drying up. And I'm sure at some point on your notes that the wrestlers are probably going to get pissed, because that means that they're not working Ring of Honor, they're not working a variety of other fairly big indies at the time, whatever. So if it's not UWF, maybe they're not getting booked. Is what I'm basically trying to say.
It's good to know.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. So you're done with your notes. Let's get into it, guys. It's the July 5th, 2007 edition of TNA Impact. The approximate runtime for this is 42 minutes and 57 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or it's your own personal collection. That will do the trick as well. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when we're going to live watch the show. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. TNA.
Bob, there was one explosion match that was taped during this episode, as we're seeing highlights from that heavyweight title match. And it aired on July 16th, 2007, and that was Jay Lethal defeating Petey Williams. And surprisingly enough, there was another dark match that was filmed during the show that I could not find record of as an explosion match. That was filmed before that Lethal versus Williams match, where James Storm defeated Senshi. I was not seeing any record of that.
Who was it that beat him?
James Storm defeating Senshi.
It's kind of weird. Is Senshi pissed somebody off? Because I feel like he's losing a lot.
That's a good question, honestly. Here's our regular intro. That was a pretty quick highlight package, but I guess when there's one match, that'll do it.
Yeah, what else can you really cover? I'm wondering if Senshi's pissed people off because he's always like, yo, let me join LAX. And they're just like, no, stop asking.
Yeah, could you please stop asking us that? And here we go, heading into the Impact Zone. Sunday, July 15th. It's coming up fast, Bob. That's Victory Road.
10 days. 10 days away.
Whoa.
I think
those zoom-ins, did you see that?
Yeah, of course I did.
That's all I was talking about.
I feel like, here we go. The Team 3D, AJ. Yeah.
I like the match graphic.
Are they all moving? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The match of champions thing, I think is making me not really excited for Victory Road.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think as we're seeing the other matches start to develop, like during the heavyweight title match last week, I was getting a little more excited because there's something like that Harris and Cage feud, because Harris cost Cage the title in King of the Mountain. That's what Cage is saying, at least. That kind of got me excited. Apparently Sting is a huge surprise for us tonight, we just saw.
It's also Angle Appreciation Night.
Well, shit.
So,
whatever. It's good to know.
Yeah, but I think my issue with the match of champions, as they're saying, is as we've noted, that means that there's really no title matches. It's just all in one match. So that kind of like narrows down the excitement.
Yeah, that part I do think is a little lame. I'm not gonna lie.
I just laugh at seeing Rick Steiner take the 3D because Road Warrior Animal showed up and he's like, I ain't doing the job.
No. He was like, "Oh, we're losing? No. Not
You ain't
me."
pinning me. No. Anybody wondering, this is a video package by all three teams basically promoting this match. And
High stakes matchup.
I think AJ and Daniels kind of addressed the fact that they weren't supposed to team, but they're just like, that's just the way it happens.
Right.
So
There's our
that was
tag
the
team title
excuse.
graphic. Here comes Daniels and AJ even coming out together. Wow.
Just to AJ's music. Oh, jeez.
Dude, we're doing the entrance with the hoods and shit.
Yeah, they're douchebags. They kind of have matching attire.
I mean, yeah. We're basically a team again, is what I'm learning here. Well, I know I told you I have some notes for the show, Bob. I'm probably going to tell you at least two of them during this match, including one about these guys here, LAX. So Conan and Ron Killings quit TNA 2 weeks ago before the tapings. Conan actually never even showed up, and the other members of LAX didn't know that he quit until the show was about to start. That sucks.
That's not good.
Yeah.
They're technically still heels, right?
LAX?
Yeah. I feel like without Conan, it could be baby faces.
You could do it.
Conan, I think, was the drive.
He's the heater.
The heel. Yeah.
Well, here comes Team 3D, the NWA, the TNA World Tag Team Champions. Jeez. And here, I'll just tell you it right now. Let's enjoy this match. There ended up being a WWE versus TNA match at Booker T, that is, his show in Pasadena, Texas on June 29th before 580 fans. The main event was Team 3D defeating Booker and Dog Chatham. I don't know. There's tons of TNA chants and heavy cheers for 3D, but since it's Booker's house, Brother Ray started insulting Houston and Booker. After winning, Brother Ray said that they take all the insults back, and they gave to Houston and Booker, saying that they were happy to come to his show, and that whatever fans wanted to see them, they'll come back. Brother Ray then told the fans to chant PWA as Booker was leaving the ring. Umaga, who didn't wrestle on the card nor was advertised, had a stare down with him, and it ended with Team 3D also doing a stare down with Booker and Umaga. And now no one from TNA is on the next show of theirs.
What the fuck? Okay, that's bizarre.
Weird.
That, I believe the PWA is basically the promotion before like the reality of wrestling that Booker has now.
That makes
sense. Has had for a while. But I love that. I love how Brother Ray acts like a heel, and at the end he's like, I didn't mean that.
I'm joking.
I'm joking. So stupid.
Why not? Looks like LAX are taking control of Brother Ray in one corner, and Styles and Daniels have Brother Devon in the other corner. Brother Ray's winded already after he was just getting stomped for 3 minutes.
He is just progressively getting wider here in TNA.
It's not looking great for Brother Ray at this time.
Devon he's lost some of the muscular tone.
Yeah, he sure has.
So,
but it's okay. We got Hernandez looking yoked still. Boom, flying forearm by Styles, taking out Brother Devon.
I wonder if Devon got just juiced. He came into TNA thinking, if I look juiced, I'll get a big singles push. And that doesn't happen until about 2013. Or what? 2014.
Oh, that is not. Oh, dude, I forgot about that. Oh,
The legendary TNA
Ooh.
television champion,
bad, dude, bad.
Brother Devon.
Nice. AJ landed out of that monkey flip from Homicide, but then was taken out. Was it a back body drop? I already forgot what he did.
I don't know.
But Daniels just dropped kick Homicide, and now Hernandez is going after him.
I feel like I'm watching the show, but I'm also like not maintaining the information that I'm viewing.
The C4 that Bob drank has not fully kicked in yet, even though we've been on.
No, it's kicked in. It's kicked in.
We've been on for an hour.
I see that because I don't like Team 3D.
I mean, I get that. Look at this 3D.
Oh my god.
That was not the 3D. He just did a sidewalk slam leg drop combo.
3D.
This is the 3D.
That's when they always say it.
3D. But it's a back suplex
Right,
with a neck breaker.
Brother Devon was acting as if they were going to win the match off that, and they've never won the match with that.
I don't know if you just noticed.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we were coming back from commercial on the screen, they had the Best of Tag Teams Volume 1 DVD cover up on the screen, and that features LAX on the cover, I believe.
Do you have it?
I do have it.
Of course you do. I just want to say that coming back from commercial and seeing Devon striking LAX, I had a moment of dread.
Oh.
I just felt dread.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't like Team 3D so much.
Hasta la vista, baby.
And
then,
I had to watch them in a fucking
moved.
main event.
Maybe. We don't know yet.
Potentially.
Homicide Hurricane Rana off the top. The master of the Hurricane Rana takes out Brother Devon from the apron, but then gets clotheslined by Brother Ray.
Stan Hansen lariat there by Brother Ray.
Yeah, it was more like that. Styles flipping over the back of Brother Ray. I forgot what they call that.
Total elimination. It was not total elimination. It was a chop block and a fucking STO or whatever.
The high-low or something?
Sounds better. Total elimination by the Eliminators is a substantially better move.
Is it the same thing?
No. I think Saturn does the leg sweep, and then Cronus does the heel kick. I think.
So it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, but it's a leg sweep and then a heel, not a chop block in a STO.
Oh, so it looks cooler.
Way cooler. And then when they would do it to somebody they didn't care for, it would look fucking great. Did he purposely miss a Shining Wizard?
No, he hopped over him because Brother Ray was blocking, I think. But he hit him in the back of the head, but he tags in Hernandez now.
Speaking of Hernandez, I don't know if we mentioned this on air, but I had mentioned, I feel like months ago, that I had watched a Jersey All Pro show where Hernandez explicitly talked about violating his opponent on that show, like you would do in prison. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well,
go watch the show.
Yeah, but apparently somebody on Twitter who has a much bigger following than me found this footage as well, and then shared it. And then people were like, wow, Hernandez. No wonder they didn't have Hernandez talk on TNA programming.
Well, he's talking now because Conan's gone. So now they need him to talk.
He's going to have to. And if he does talk, he's going to be, I guess, explicitly telling people in TNA, hey, don't go to the showers because I'm going to fuck you up.
Yes, exactly like that.
Okay.
Well, LAX has control of Brother Ray here in the ring.
Listen, we're not a PG show, dude.
We're not. I do mark it not for kids.
I could have explicitly said exactly what he said. And then YouTube would have been like, whoa, dude, can't be doing that. And our ad rates would be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, our ad rates. Yep, you're right. They would be gone. In fact, they're gone right now.
So CPMs are gone.
Backsplash by Homicide off the top, covering Brother Ray.
The senton.
Two.
Fucking
Mike
senton.
Tenay called it a backsplash, so that's what I called
That's
it.
a
But yes,
senton.
it was a senton.
Not a swanton, folks. A senton. It's different. We're going to another commercial?
Wow.
Oh my god.
We're watching this match all night, 42 minutes.
Fucking me, man. So that means that's at least two quarter hours, right? Probably.
I mean, I don't know if
We gotta be at
quite
least 15
that.
minutes in the show. Yeah.
Oh, well,
13 minutes
we
in the
easily
show.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably nearing what? It's got to be about the 20 mark in real life time.
Oh yeah. 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 Because if you really think so, we're about 13 and a half minutes into this version. We've had 2 commercial breaks. So basically add 6 minutes to that. And we're about probably like 8:21, 8 or 9:25 or something.
Yeah, because our versions aren't any commercials. It's roughly 15 minutes shorter than the 1 hour they get on TV. We ain't doing runovers in 2007.
Oh, absolutely not.
Which let me just complain real quick. And it's actually barely a complaint because I actually like it. But I go and I watch.
Do they call it a runover?
I'm sometimes. Usually we're gonna stick with it until the action's done. I go on demand. I can't always catch my AEW shows live sometimes, you know? I'm busy, we're recording, or it's on a Saturday night and I have a life. But I go and watch it. Shit's 2 hours, 21 minutes. I'm like, what is going on?
That's not a run over. 21 minutes over?
Dude, it's like way over. Almost every time. It's crazy. But I kind of like it.
I don't know, man. If I'm watching a 2-hour show...
But if I'm watching live, that's fun. On demand, it's more like, oh, okay, I got a lot to watch. Watching it live, it's like, we're going over.
I remember...
Anything can happen.
I mean, I get that. I remember there being instances for Raw where run over sounds right, but I feel like there's another phrase for it.
Well, because Raw... Oh my god, Brother Ray just slapped like the asshole of Homicide, just make him spread his legs for the what's up.
It's great.
Which I feel like this has got to have a different name, but
Spell over, time over. I can't fucking remember what the phrasing is. Anyway, there was instances on Raw where it's like, oh, it's gonna end at 11:05 or something. And like in high school, or middle school or something, I had to go to bed at a certain time.
right.
So I'd get frustrated when it'd be like 11:15 and like the shit's still going on. I was like, guys, I can't stall this long.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
finish the segment.
Well, I thought they were going to 11:05. It's like, okay. Why?
11:05, right? Yeah.
Why? That was the end time. Why?
Right. And then it'd go like, are you talking about for Raw or
Yeah.
AEW? Yeah.
Raw.
Because it'd be like
Raw.
11:05, and then it'd be like, just kidding, 11:0. Then one would be like 11:08. What? 11:12. Like, okay.
There was the Doomsday Device by Team 3D who did not get the win with it, but the Styles just took out both of them with a springboard dropkick. Homicide slipping into the ring. Uh-oh. The Gringo Killer. Styles slips out. Pele kick. Do you know that was named after one of the soccer guys? Daniels takes advantage of the situation. Styles, frog splash from the top. Best moonsault ever? Dude. 1, 2. Oh. My fucking god. Win the fucking titles. Let's go. I thought they were about to win right there.
I know what it's called an overrun. God damn it.
Oh, overrun.
I knew that.
Oh my god.
That looked horrible. Like he could have
nasty border toss by onto Styles.
Oh, come on, Dan. Oh.
Daniel's okay. I don't know why that just threw me off too. Yeah. Okay.
So why is he saving him? He's his partner. Hello. An overrun. God, I should have known that. But run over sounds so right too, though.
You're right. Yeah, you're right though too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I might have just been messing it up. Oh, Hernandez going high risk, diving, taking out brother Devon, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles.
I really hope there was nobody listening to the show and being like, "It's fucking over." Come on, you idiots. If we get a third commercial break for this match,
Dude.
Oh no.
Brother Ray's on the top rope?
I did it.
Holy shit. He just dove to the floor.
I mean, this is admittedly better now than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it is.
I
this is a good three-way tag match.
It's not bad. I really thought this was gonna be like 3 minutes and like Team 3D just drop like they did beat up fucking.
Me too. Devon catches Daniels, who was aiming to go out the outside. He's gonna powerbomb him? What's he doing here?
Oh.
Hurricane Rana?
When does Daniels do a Hurricane Rana? STO.
Oh shit. BME? Is he gonna do it?
Wait, no, he's like Ultimate Warrior. He heard something in the rafters.
Oh my god.
Wait, does he think
Angel's
is he
Wings?
still talking to Sting? Does he still think he's talking to Sting in the rafters?
Oh shit. Here you go, dude.
Said it.
Measuring for the 3D. 3D on Daniels.
I spoke it into existence. 18 years ago.
You really did. Honestly, though, okay, 19 minutes, 24 seconds. That was a solid tag team match.
How long?
The show 19 minutes 32 seconds now. So take away a couple minutes, but
yeah, we'll say about 17.
I like that match a lot. I thought it was good.
I wonder what I rated that on my. What?
Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar just happened?
The guy they won't sign? These bastards.
That was in Japan.
The guy that's like, oh, right. Yeah, New Japan. But oh my god.
My god.
I thought
Lance Hoyt and Christy Hemme are making out and she's making lots of noises. Why don't you join the show, you perv?
Yeah, well, I am. I thought she was getting literally fucked. What? Oh, okay. I gave that 3 1/4 when I reviewed.
I think that's pretty fair.
I think that's fair.
She's the teacher. I'm the student. Just so you know, Lance Hoyt did retweet us on the post when they joined forces and said that was a great night.
I did see that.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a really good retweet that we got from him over on our Twitter page at Cross the Line TNA.
For a long time, I thought Hoyt and Hemme were a couple.
Can't imagine why you'd think that.
I definitely.
Kurt just grabbed the microphone. Just trash talking right now.
Samoa Joe did not Kurt.
Sorry, I'm scrolling on our Twitter and I think I just saw a picture of Kurt Angle and I said it. I was trying to find the Lance Hoyt post. Oh, here you go. Let's just say I enjoyed my job that night. I have another. It's not really a note, but I'll mention it here after we're done hearing what Kurt has to say. I took a screenshot of a Kevin Nash interview, and he talked about TNA. I thought it was kind of fun. So then, Kurt, I need you nice and healthy.
Or you're gonna help me win the TNA Tag Team titles at Victory Road. I need your help to destroy Kurt Angle.
Oh. I'm Samoa Joe. I'm the X Division champion. Kurt. Inevitably, you will be broken.
Samoa Joe.
Warning, view discretion is advised.
Angry.
Oh, lockdown. So Bob, this isn't a note. I actually forgot I was going to tell you this, but I saw some quote about Kevin Nash's Click This podcast, and he revealed that he thoroughly enjoyed his experience in TNA wrestling, although he confessed that he was high the entire time. On his time with TNA, he says, I had a ball at TNA. When I had to wrestle, I worked hard. On the backstage vibe, I was stoned all the time, and then he laughed. I can't really speak to, it was 68 minutes from my house to the back lot, on what he liked about his time there. I was happy at TNA. When you don't have to go on an airplane to work for a company, I did house shows for them. We did some pay-per-views here and there. But it was nice because you could do all that other bullshit too. You could do your side hustle and you could, it was a good, solid, steady paycheck that covered your fundamentals. And anything you made after that was gravy. Plus, you could do a movie. It wasn't like, oh, fuck, are they going to give me time off? It's like, yeah, no problem. It was cool. It was come and go as you please. Do your fucking gig, and you're not going to make $1 million, but whatever. And then he says whatever else because it cut off, but kind of fun.
Okay, wait a minute. So we got a couple of things here. Confirmed.
Yeah, sorry.
Obviously, the main event is confirmed here. Christian Cage against Chris Harris is confirmed, as is James Storm and Rhino. And then Cornette mentioned Ultimate X, I think, is happening as well at
Whoa.
Patriot Road.
Quite on the set.
With a megaphone. Oh, that's
You might be wondering why I'm carrying around this megaphone. It's like an old school. It's an old school, like funnel
it's not
one.
like it's not like a Jimmy Hart megaphone.
It's like a cartoon one.
Yeah. They couldn't afford a Jimmy Hart one.
All the things that I produce for you. Cornette's on the commentary table, by the way.
Right.
I produce ratings. Not to mention the long list of superstars that I produced, like Jeff Jarrett, like Sting, Rhino, Samoa Joe, Abyss. The list goes on and on and on and on. And now we have Chris Harris. Well, I got a quick question for you. Who in the hell is Chris Harris, he says. He's going to be a bona fide superstar by breathing the same air as the champ.
That's great.
After I do your damn job for you one more time. Yep, the biggest name you got. You're going to have to put him back in the main event. And then, by the way, it's me. It's Christian Cage, Instant Classic. Oh, Cornette got on the microphone, took off his headset. You want to know who Chris Harris is? Oh. He's the guy who's fixed to break the glass ceiling using Christian Cage's head as a battery ram. Oh, he heard through the grapevine that Abyss is still looking for you.
Oh. So we're not forgetting about the attempted murder.
Oh, I heard that Abyss isn't even here tonight. My pimp hand is way strong. If Abyss was standing right where you were, I'd reach out and slap him in his ugly face, and there's his music. Or is it Mind Games?
So is the feud with Chris Harris like secondary to the main feud of Christian and Abyss?
It kind of seems like that, doesn't it?
It does. Earlier today, Rhino had to sit down. He snapped.
I've never seen you lose it like that. That was after James Storm dumped beer on his face. Oh, it's because his dad was an alcoholic.
Wait a minute. I feel like Rhino and AJ have had similar ways of growing up. I just saw a trailer. AJ grew up in a trailer. Assuming AJ's dad was an alcoholic, maybe. Rhino was.
Well, now Rhino's talking about his drinking problems that he had.
Well, that's why he got fired from WWE.
Oops.
His drunken thing in the hotel.
Well, he's here in TNA now, so that's okay.
It doesn't count. TNA's
yeah,
different.
we're in a different universe.
Different universe, yeah.
You know what? This isn't the way. You know what? When you have an addiction and you give it all up, it's that one drink that'll put you back in that spot. So James Storm was trying to give him that one drink, and that's not good. And look, he keeps spitting beer on his face, dumping beer on him. Oh, that taste of alcohol reminded him of what he went through. He's got to be
Well,
responsible for his actions.
now, if I'm James Storm, all I would say is I thought I was just giving what Rhino likes, which is booze.
No.
And for Rhino to
Representing
not even say
Robert Roode
thank you is
Incorporated.
rude.
Ms. Brooks is about to be in action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss Brooks, she had one of the greatest spots ever on our show. Remember that one time when she was on the back of, I think, Felix Skipper? And they crashed to the floor onto some chairs?
Oh, dude, that was good.
Asylum years. I think it was
Yeah.
Skipper, right?
Yeah, I think it was. That was really good.
That was
Looks like she might be facing Jackie Moore.
What? Why?
Why not? The pride of Tennessee, Miss Jackie Moore. Don West. She's got a really nice, sharp outfit as she's coming down.
Jackie Moore is a beautiful woman. Completely underrated.
She's about to kick some ass, so. Oh, and finally,
Three-way. Another three-way.
Gail Kim.
A three-way involving all girls? Sign me up.
Interesting. Little knockouts action. I have like a kind of a knockout note for you, Bob.
Okay.
Do you remember a former knockout named Trinity?
Of course.
Well, she was just released from her WWE contract last week. Apparently, they haven't done anything with her in a long time.
Yeah, no shit.
She was sent to Ohio Valley for months before finally being brought up as a manager for the FBI. A few months later, she crashed and burned on a Moon's Haunt and was forced to undergo major knee surgery. When she returned, she got a brief push in winning an ECW Diva Halloween contest, where she was wrapped in caution tape, and then pretty much disappeared. She would make backstage appearances here and there, but had largely vanished off the face of the earth. So it's not directly a TNA note. However, this could open up for a return potentially, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I would easily call her back. I wouldn't even question it. Andrew Thomas, a ref here, as Ms. Brooks is slapping Gail Kim across the chest here. Irish whip gets countered, though.
Trinity having lasted until July of 2007 in WWE is shocking.
Well, and like we just read, she wasn't really on much at all.
Right, but the fact that she was just getting a paycheck, though, is
Good for her.
Yeah, for sure, good for her. But I'm surprised. I mean, I think she was there a little bit over a year, under contract at least.
That sounds about right.
If TNA were to ever get a women's division going, she would definitely be a good fit for that.
Gail Kim off the top, going high risk.
Gail, Jackie, Trinity.
Do you think that Trinity's kind of cooked if she just had a major knee surgery, though? Do you think she can't work as much in the ring? I don't even know how active she is after her TNA run at all, so.
Well, I don't know if she's ever... Does she ever come back to TNA?
To my knowledge, no. Spoiler.
That's kind of bizarre, but... I don't remember any kind of indie showings of her. I'm surprised that she would never come back to... She's had to have come back to TNA.
I'm looking.
For like a one-off or something?
No. After being released from WWE, this is from Wikipedia, by the way, she retired from professional wrestling in order to concentrate on her stunt work. Okay. Oh, wait. On September 20th, 2008, she made a one-night return to wrestling under her old Stephanie Starr ring name, where she lost a three-way to Peggy Lee Leather. That also involved Fantasy.
Oh, that her top rope hurricanrana by Gail Kim was dicey. She hit it. Oh,
German suplex. Oh my god.
Jesus.
In April of 2012, she also began competing in roller derby. And then, Bob, you were right. March 2013, Trinity made her return to TNA at their one-night-only show, Knockouts Knockdown, which aired on September 6, 2013. She competed, but was defeated by ODB.
Look at that. So she did come
Wow.
back. I knew it. She had to have. I mean, come on. If Kid Cash can come back, Trinity.
Well,
Okay.
That's a good point.
I mean, anybody can come back to TNA if Kid Cash can come.
Just for what it's worth, it looks like she stopped doing stunts around 2012 as well, so she's just kind of chilling. Oh, look at this pin by Gail. Gets the win on Jackie Moore.
Well, she's got to be doing something. I feel like she'd probably get into real estate.
They always do.
They all do. I feel like a lot of wrestlers real estate.
Oh, Ms. Brooks.
Just decked Gail Kim, and Jackie Moore decided to do it as well. Oh my God, could Trinity come out tonight?
She could.
Well, you already spoiled. Who's this? Oh, it's Eric Young. That's not fair. Are we gonna get an Eric Young and Gail Kim tag match against Jackie Moore?
It's the two girls.
Tracy. Now here's my question, and I don't know the answer to this. Oh, Jackie Moore's attacking. Santino Morella for WWE. That's not until next year, right? 2008.
Sounds right.
And then his Santina thing, that gimmick. That's not until years later, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if it was around this time, I would have said that Eric Young is going to dress up in drag and be similar to what Santino is doing. But
I could believe that, yeah. No, I think we have a little time for that.
I think
Root is attacking Eric Young, and now Jackie holding the arms of Gail.
This feud will not die.
No, it's supposed to be done.
And that should be it. Yeah, it should be over. What? Eric Young and Gail Kim are taking on Robert Roode and Tracy Brooks at the Victory Road. That's what TNA just announced.
Okay. Oh, and JB is with Sting going to the bowels of the building.
Oh my God!
You curious what's going on with Abyss?
I didn't realize this. So Sting lives in the rafters, and Abyss lives in the boiler room.
Yeah,
they're like neighbors.
For some reason, I felt like I could relate to Chris. That's Chris Parks to you,
right?
I've been hiding behind the paint for decades. That's not true. He'd return to Steve Borden. Come on. Who you fooling? That's what this interview is all about, JB. Chris has something he wants to say. He's going to say it next week. I don't think that's a good idea. No, I don't think he should.
Yeah, I don't think he should either.
He's going to talk next week. Oh my God. His mask is off. He's got Sting paint on.
What the fuck?
Well, we went to commercial right after that.
He looked like a guy that's a huge fan of ICP right there.
Bob, was that a look into his decay? Decay?
That's way out of
decay! Yeah, I know.
Way out of time.
Way out of timeline.
Way out of timeline.
Like,
that's fucking like top TV timeline. What are we doing?
Oh shit, look at this. Wow, okay, this is a big deal, Bob.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle's coming out in a suit with the TNA World Heavyweight title, and in the other arm, the IWGP Heavyweight title.
Right.
Wow.
Before Mercedes Moné, he was fucking Kurt Angle with all the belts.
2 belts Angle?
That's right.
Wow. This is Kurt Angle Appreciation Night. Don't forget. Real quick, Bob, my final note.
No one's going to interrupt this, by the way.
No.
This is going to go seamlessly.
They won't. My final note is a very quick one. They announced house shows for August 3rd in West Des Moines, on August 4th in Kansas City, and August 5th in Wichita. So we got a couple more house shows lined up.
Well, that's not good because I'm pretty sure the UWF has shows on those same days.
Oh shit.
That's not good. Total
Told
nonstop
him-
angle, dude. TNA, dude. He's right.
You know what he's looking like, Bob? I'm doing a hand sign to not spoil something that happens in like 2 years.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm almost there in my reviews.
That's some good shit. I'm excited.
That's like a year and a half away. Not 2 years.
I know. I'm gonna still be excited about it.
Okay, well, it's sooner than you think. Batman and Bobbin? What?
He's just talking a lot of shit right now.
He's talking about fucking Team 3D. I didn't know what he's talking about.
After Victory Road.
Yeah.
They will have the opportunity to tell their children that they were in the ring with Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt. I
That is
hate to
deep.
break it to you. They've already been in the ring with you. That's already happened. WWE, man. It happened.
Hey.
A lot.
Hey.
2001. Like 6 years ago.
Blah, blah, blah,
We didn't
blah.
get enough Team 3D, and here they are now. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we did not get enough of them earlier, to be honest.
And I know Kurt Angle's the heel here, but I feel like I hate Brother Ray substantially more for him saying blah, blah, blah all that time. It does.
You can all hear saying the whole company revolves around you.
It does.
Whole locker room of wrestlers.
Striving to become the best wrestlers in the world.
This company is about total nonstop action, not Kurt Angle.
As we're doing a talk segment, by the way. Stop action.
That's a good point. Oh, he's talking about him being dumped on his bald head for 15 years. They're bragging about the highest ratings in the last couple weeks from the last show.
I'm confused. Kurt Angle hasn't been wrestling for 15 years at this point. He's been wrestling for just over 7.
But in amateur, he was getting dumped on his head probably too. Although he wasn't bald, though.
Right, and he also wasn't getting dumped on his head.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
That's a lot of grappling, not like suplexes on your head.
I don't know, dude.
I do know. I've seen a few of his matches.
Come on, you want to compare? I'm Kurt Angle. We're Olympic gold medals. Atlanta in 1996.
Right.
Your brother Ray, who won a hot dog eating contest, and brother Ray's being dumb and said, I came in first. And I got 2 words for you. You suck. I really like how tiny the glasses are in his head.
Yeah.
Well, if I suck, then you blow.
Well, if I blow, then you swallow. I mean, what are we doing? Okay.
No, he goes for a punch, and brother Devon. Look at this. Cheap shot by the second. Devon, the crowd says, sort of. Oh, brother Ray just said it.
I thought you can't say that.
That's a cease and desist.
That's a lawsuit, my friend.
He did pause though, so maybe because there was a very long pause in between.
Oh, it's not. It was not the same direction. I paused, and it was a separate sentence.
Here comes Samoa Joe. Is he saving Angle?
He said he needed him in order to destroy him.
There you go. And he does. He takes out both members of Team 3D.
No, this is not good. Because you see that table's still there.
Oh, I see it.
And Kurt Angle's alive. And yeah.
Oh shit! Angle slam through the table.
Ungrateful.
Sorry, Olympic slam.
He's so ungrateful. Samoa Joe just helped him, and he puts him through a table.
Unreal.
He's running away. Coward.
And then we're going to an Adrenaline Rush video package. Okay, Bob, what do you think of that episode of Impact?
I mean, I think that was a good episode.
I thought it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it.
The tag match was a lot better than I ever remembered it being.
Yep.
Yeah,
the women's match was fun just to see something different on the show, I feel like.
Yep. It's
the only thing that's a little
guess,
weird is that Abyss thing, but I'll let it play out.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I really hope he doesn't come out with the paint on.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that.
Yeah, I could live my life not dealing with that.
I agree.
And I really hope, I swear to God, Dallas, I swear to God, if Sting is with Abyss when he's like gonna talk and Abyss just turns on him like the 5th time,
he goes for a handshake.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. If Father James Mitchell comes out, it'd be like, I told you I had a new monster. And it's just fucking Abyss again. I mean, I swear.
Oh my God, dude.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
Could you imagine?
It was all
I got a new monster. He is coming. Well, he's here.
He's here. And his name is Chris Parks.
I'd throw up, dude.
Oh my God. I don't know what I would do.
Well, I'm hoping that's not the case. But only time will tell. We are getting closer to Victory Road. We have only one more episode before the big pay-per-view. Yeah. So, and apparently Ultimate X is coming back. They showed it during a highlight package as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be a bunch of guys. Because, like, Samoa Joe ain't going to be in it.
Right. So I'd have to assume that we are getting... It's going to be like a number 1 contender match, right?
That's what I would gather. That's what I would gather.
It's either that or a contract for Robert Roode Inc., and one of those sounds a little bit better than the other.
It's not. I really hope it's not what you just said it was.
It is not going to be, don't worry.
That would be horrible. Maybe next week we'll have like 7 qualifying matches for Ultimate X. That would be fun.
You know, I wouldn't hate that.
I mean, I feel like I would. Because they'd be like, 2 minutes long each one. But all right. Well, we both enjoyed this show. So yay us. That's
we
good.
Are killing it tonight.
We have the go home show for next week, and well, the only thing I believe we know is that Abyss is going to talk. Even though they kind of said that was going to be tonight, like he had some surprise or something. But
the surprise was Abyss or Chris Park with his mask off and Sting paint, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I guess that's fair. All right. Well, join us next week for the go home show before Victory Road. So until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Good down, good down, good down. Good down, good down, good down. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. For the bomb bomb. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. For the bomb bomb. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb! Watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb! Watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb! Watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb! Watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb. Watch out, watch out, watch out, for the bomb bomb. Watch out, Watch out for the bonfire.